Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
What are you doing here? Business.
I'm the champion of the world. Ain't nothing can be done about that. I can't be beat, and I won't be beat. This time I'm gonna train even harder. There won't be no quick knockdown.
Because the beating that you got
from BCSN.
I should have killed you, kid. You didn't.
This country wants to keep me down. They don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
He's just another fighter.
No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry. Killers like this guy. He'll knock you into tomorrow.
I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best. Get out my face. And you better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off.
Hard words from a hard man.
Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are.
I reject the challenge. There's no challenge.
Don't listen to it.
No, do listen to it when this is over. A lot of folks are going to owe you an engraved apology.
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
Okay, on this, what is this, Josh? The Forecast Funding Friday.
That is correct.
However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we appreciate you making us a part of your situation. It's called the fastest buck 20 in sports, but better known as black and white sports. As we take off into your weekend, certainly a lot going on this go around. We like it. Divisional round, so we get to talk about it. National Championship Monday. I guess there'll be a relative pre-talk discussion. And we have an unfortunate extension to the conversation yesterday with respect to this NCAA fiscal frasco taking place. Actually reaches us locally, so on and so forth. So that's not necessarily fun to integrate into all the things, right? And because of that conversation, it becomes more enticing, everyone tuning in, all 10 of you, and certainly my good friend Mr. Burnham over here, that it's a little hocus pocus involvement with how this weekend's projections could be seen based on some of these new, well, they're not new announcements anymore. They were a little bit more advantageous this morning. NFL playoffs. An announcement for the gambler is what I would call it. Many of you heard some of this, twistle betwixtment nonsense regarding Sam Darnold. So it's going to be a point of emphasis today, because what's our point? What's our objective? Good people, to get out in front of the rig. But what's up? What is the word? Forecast funding is the mission today. My name is Andre of the Savages. That other voice you heard a moment ago, and next would be Josh Burnham. How are you doing, Josh? It's a Friday. We got to. I see what you kind of tried to do. I didn't love it, but we didn't really discuss it. We had a relative distraction before we took off, so
Well,
I let the little John slide. Whatever.
breaking
Whatever.
news does not stop for anyone. So when news breaks, we try to fix it.
Yeah, it's all good. What's up, everybody? K Jones, what's going down? Checking in early. The people caught up. Also, too, that's part of. We apologize for actually coming on at 4:05 today. I think so. Our bad for that too. For those of you checking in with us visually, of course, Savvy Television on the YouTube, here, Facebook, at Black White Sports, of course, my personal Andre of the Savages, the Savvy Television page, and of course the tickets page as well. That's the 1007 page. So all of this is taking place. So our bad for that. But you guys are there. We see you guys popping in, flowing in here in a substantial current. Thank you very much. But yeah, Josh. So we get to do this today. Let me see. Let me get straight on what's going on with the fellas. Hold on, because they will be through here today. I believe we got Impressed will be in probably 4:30. I'm going to say before 4:30. He'll be around today. We know that he will be through here. Sandman also will be through, Josh. We'll talk about some things. Ski has left his picks. So at the very minimum, we have some sort of record, with regard to John. Because Monday, he'll show up with this, I told you guys, or I told you, you know what I mean? It somehow, it always involves, he told us beforehand, but we didn't have any, we didn't have anything that we certainly could refer to. So we have that from him as well. So, we'll have an interesting day. But we got these games, Josh. We got 4 games here over the weekend. The Monday night game, looking at some of that. And, your man, Kyle Tucker. I guess I could throw that in, too, at this point, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. But Cub fans, MLB Nation, Kyle Tucker, formerly of the Cubs, moving on with the Dodgers. 4-year deal, Josh. $240 million, 30 guaranteed. I like money. Hold on, chill out with the I like money guy. I didn't get to say the whole news. Can I say the whole news
go
now
ahead.
without an interruption? Okay. 4-year deal, $240 million, 30 million guaranteed. Then you go with the goofy foolishness. I like money. Yeah, that. Thanks. All right. So also, too, what do we know about this? Is there any way we can find out? Our sources are telling us there is an inclination here and a possibility that there's some Jim Schwartz news regarding the Browns, Josh. Is there anything you can do for me there? Because we're hearing that people that could be the look here. Cleveland might keep it in-house, which might not be a bad idea, seriously, all things considered, just especially in terms of just as simple as continuity. As simple as continuity, we might want to look at the Schwartz. And we have experience, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, according to some trusted sources, he is scheduled for a second head coaching interview with the aforementioned Cleveland Browns.
Okay, see, that's turning into possibilities. Second interviews, a lot of times, end up turning into possibilities. So there you have some of that. Let's keep the eye out for Coach Schwartz. It's on the move. Our guys in Cleveland, let us know. We have shared your alert. It's black and white. Thank you. It's a Friday, okay? And so, again, Josh, who are you liking, though? Again, now, we just did the Denny thing. Are you really believing in the picks you gave? Because I didn't give – I feel as though I should be honest with our people. In case anybody that listens to Black and White was just listening a minute ago as we make the conversion, please don't put no stock in what I just said in terms of the picks.
Well, I'm only speaking on behalf of myself, and I am unanimous in this. I have a good feeling about the picks I made for this weekend's slate of games plus the national championship.
Okay, hold on. Do you mind if I review? Can I just
real please quick? Do.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, you went. Okay, Denver, Buffalo.
I'm going with the Buffalo.
Okay. Niners, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Patriots, Texans. And we knew that too because you do have the commercial. You got to stay with that. You got the promo.
Oh yeah,
you got the promo. Rams, Bears.
I'm going with the Rams.
I'm not mad at this Rams thing. I don't know what to do with it. I'm trying not to let myself get psyched out about this weather stuff. But I don't know, man. That is the one that I did say on Denny. The Bears might be the one I actually, Josh, if I'm not kidding, because I don't know. I don't like this week, man. I felt a lot better last week. Let me just say that. Let me go ahead and I should probably get on the record now and try to figure out some way to weasel out of all this.
Yeah, I mean, as for the Bears itself, I mean, the cardiac Bears is a good story. I don't think they can keep this up against when you're playing against the Rams.
You have a hard time wanting to put not saying that you are a betting man. Josh is not a betting man, everybody, but let's just say, Josh, say your life depends on it, and what you do with that money is what you need, because your long lost great grandmother Gertrude from the old country has resurfaced in a spiritual realm of cloning, and that she is back, and you can save her life with this surgery. It's $100,000 online, and you have to put it somewhere in order your last bucks to get that $100K. What are you doing? Are you going Caleb Williams? Do you feel comfortable going Caleb Williams with that?
No, I'm more confident with Matt Stafford. I mean, he's the veteran. He's done it. And Caleb, he could be a great quarterback, an elite quarterback if he works on his mechanics, especially his accuracy.
Man. Thank you. There you heard the man. That this is perhaps what you should consider if you are a Bears enthusiast for whatever reason. And I'm clear that we have a few. We know that Ski is not alone in this environment, but obviously he's definitely going Bears. So Josh is going Texans. He's also going Seahawks and Bills. Josh, I'm not mad at your combo. Is it possible? Am I crazy, everybody, 877-909-1007, for thinking that could we possibly have 4 road wins? Like, and this, it does not mean that all 4 are like favorites or underdogs, even though, to be quite frank, there are 3 of the 4 that are dogs that are on the road. See, things like that smell fishy. Actually, they smelling just like peanut butter. Shout out Thomas Barron Holmes. I don't like this type of thing, this type of organization, if you will, when I look at the entire, because people who don't live in the betting space are not looking at a total collage here when we look at these games. Quite often, some of us are trying to construct a parlay in these scenarios. So in doing this, we're looking at all of the games, and that makes me say to you guys, I wonder if it's possible that every team that's on the road could win, because that's not really a likely betting pattern, if that can make sense to anybody that might be hearing these words. That's the thing for me, because the Rams, we all probably would agree. See, the funny thing is the Rams are the favorite, Josh, on the road in the shy. You see, that shouldn't feel crazy, because the Rams have earned that. Like, I don't want to misappropriate all of this, but I need you guys to kind of remove these weird blinders that the public typically has on, especially when we're talking about how the people who work in the journalism space can affect everybody's mentality. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking at this like, first of all, it's way too close when we start talking, and I'm dealing with Rams Bears here, people, because I think this is still where the fluke dukeness is. I think because the Rams, a lot of respect for the Rams. The people have a ton of respect for the Rams. Josh, if you don't mind, sir, do you mind checking to see if the line here is still -3.5 for the Rams?
Will do.
Because if they're still laying 3.5, but see, I'm going to point out something. Boy, this is where you do need Jeff. We almost need to just call him. Damn, whether or not he's appearing today, we should just get his ass on the phone.
It's still 3.5 as I
speak. Oh, boy. See, no, funky as monkeys can be is this Rams Bears, people. It's too close right now to the median. Been watching this throughout the week. It's not enough, meaning that there should be more enthusiasm with the people's money. There are a lot of bets. It's too big of a split for the Bears not to be an equal. Nobody in their right mind. Josh Burnham just gave you the brass tacks on how any person with a logical space happening with their cerebellum and cerebrum is going to be saying, oh, no, am I putting any money on anything involving 18 for the Chicago Bears? Hell to the mother of a motherless goat. Nah, hell no, not going off. Ain't thinking it. That's why you probably should think it. You might want to start thinking it. And it's cold as hell. You know why I don't like Matthew Stafford there? My ass, great, this, MVP, whatever. You know who's coming to this game?
Who?
Detroit Matt. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
outdoors, Detroit Matt, though.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
Detroit Matt, who has struggled against divisional opponents, but the plus side is he's had experience against these type of opponents in cold weather.
I got you, JB. I see what you laying down, big dog, but understand, man, no. And older and certainly wiser, but no one is interested in this type of stuff. I don't know. Again, I don't want to overplay the weather thing. It is what it is. NFL is this time of year. I got you. But again, where was the game at when he was doing this most often? That's why I'm jumping back to Detroit Matt. Why? Because that is when they were doing it most often. Doing it in Green Bay for sure every time. Whatever other outside of division outdoor inclements had to go off. Certainly if there was something happening in a playoff, which we don't have a lot of memories of that for damn sure. We know we don't have that when he was doing the Detroit days. The point being, it was never the flavor. I don't recall these times where Matthew Stafford was out there willy-nilly when it was freezy froze. I don't remember that. None of them days is on my recall button. Kayla, we don't know. Don't care. We don't know. Every time we fool with 18, it's a bag of magic tricks. So it's not like you got this ultra security. I get the Rams play. We understand it. We get it. We get the favorite. But this -3.5, nah, that's not a good look. Josh, let's break. Let's come back. We're talking it. It's a Friday. Forecast funding. This is what we're attempting to do. Feel free to join 877-909-1007 because Frank says, listen, there is a Mama Mary's Flash Pizza Express announcement. You need to know the one-topping pizza is $8.99. They need to move. Frank wants the traffic. Plug in on that. A simple pepperoni to go is an easy fix. Something else, Josh? I don't know. Your pepper variety, whatever you do. $8.99. One topping. Get through there. Mama Mary's. But there'll be more of that in the second hour. Sit tight. We back. Black and white.
The ticks are cold. The delivery is savage. Black and white sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
All clear, no unusual slowdowns at this time. Please be careful with slick spots with the weather. If you're seeing anything we're not, you can call or text. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
$5,000. That's the average amount.
It's time for an unforgettable day of inspiration, style, and everything you need to plan your dream wedding. Join us for the Elegant Beginnings Bridal Show 2026, free for all who attend at the Stranahan on Heather Downs. Meet the area's top wedding vendors, explore stunning gowns, and discover unique ideas to make your big day truly one of a kind. Whether you're newly engaged or just love weddings, this is the event you don't want to miss. The Elegant Beginnings Bridal Show 2026, happening Sunday, February 1st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is absolutely free, and there'll be fabulous giveaways featuring amazing vendors like Touch the Sky DJs, McKitty Cakes, Joyce Kackenmeister Officiant, Bella Moore Bridal, and the Flower Mercantile, just to name a few. Get all the details at the station's website. Vendors, don't miss your chance to showcase your business. Reserve your space today. Call 419-725-5700 or visit the station's website for contact information.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports.
Here's a situation. It doesn't matter that it's the Browns. What was your role? Why make this pick? What's that phone call? Haslam, what is this about?
ESPN 100.7, The Ticket. Join Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports.
Everybody don't understand why you end up where you end up. Everybody always want to say somebody put them here, somebody put them there. No, you didn't follow the rules. Everything on earth is designed by law. It is not man law. It's universal law. It's the creator law. That means that you got to find a way to fit you in every situation. And if you can't fit you in every situation, there's something wrong because you cannot change the situation. It was here before you've been here. So you have to find a way to align with it. To change it is to directly go against the creator. And he not happy. So you got to accept the things that you cannot change. And if you stop feeling and just watch, you can see it move. You can see everything is a cycle. And when you watch the cycle, you know when to get in, when to get out. You're going to be the richest person on earth. Because you understand that everything is a cycle and every system is ran off emotion. If every system is ran off emotion, that means I can't use mine. Because the moment I use them, I'm controlled.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On this Friday, it's still kind of goofy, though. The weather game is not to our advantage. So move about accordingly and in a safety face, right? But in the meantime, though, as you plug in with us, we appreciate this happening. It's called Black and White Sports. My name is Andre of the Savages. We have a serious conversation we need to have here today because we're trying to lock in for this weekend. Last weekend was okay. It wasn't like, Josh, it wasn't like a lossing, but it was not profiting. The point is to profit, but you don't want to really lose your ass either. That's another, you don't want to do that. So thank goodness the gratitude goes to the department of it could have been worse. But we did all right. It was a lot of accuracy, but not in the volume we needed it to really make a splash. So as we run out of opportunities where the NFL is concerned, we certainly want to make the appropriate moves here on this Friday. Thank you guys for being here to be a part of it. You actually should check in. Perhaps you can get to Mama Mary's. Today would be a good day, Frank tells us, with these one-topping $8.99 pizzas, original crust. He also said, make note of that. Mama Mary's, everyone. The number is 419-867-9991. But we're going to review that a time or two before we go today. But thank you very much, Frank. He called that in. He wanted that in direct, Josh. Doesn't do it often. So I felt like, hey, I better prioritize that.
Thanks, Frank.
Absolutely. No, Frank, we hope people will thank you by getting there to get in on this $8.99. Really, though. Good idea. And as we discussed yesterday, there's an assortment of choices with respect to the other consumable, edible food items here at Mama Mary's Pizza. All right, let us move forward, Josh. Should we ring the bell now and say salute to Anthony Butler because he's the master barber and stylist? It's a Friday. Once again, the apropos spot to think about your grooming concerns as you might think about moving about the community this evening. Looking your best might be of priority to you. And if it is, this recommendation is the gift that keeps on giving. A trip to Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies,
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
and the way we go on this portion of Ring the Bell, brought to you by our man Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Give him a call today. It's a Friday, all right? He's around the shop till 6, but he really has a tendency to stay later than that, especially on Friday and Saturday nights. 419-407-0880. All right, Josh, let's roll. What we doing? Pistons last night. Devin Booker back at the crib, but didn't play. That was peculiar. We thought we were going to get this 30-plus points off, and he was not a part of it. So then I thought I was even slicker. We would make the same bet with Cade, and Cade completely pooterificked us, and we did nothing with this last night. And so I was upset. But the Pistons actually, as a team, edged past the Suns, 108-105. I was actually at the bar. I saw this conclusion, too. The people were full of glee.
Yeah, Kate Cunningham only had 10 points, but he had 11 assists.
Yeah, he had 10 points.
Yeah,
I was mad as hell.
Your leading scorer was Duncan Robinson. He had 19. Tobias Harris had 16. Jalen Duran had 16. And your only other two Pistons in double figures off the bench, Jaden Ivey with 15 and Ronald Holland with 11. But your leading scorer for the night for the Suns in the losing effort, Grayson Allen. Remember him? 33 points.
Snap for the Detroit citizenry. Okay. All good, Pistons. Next, that's a game but they do win that game. Now, this is the type of game, but Phoenix playing very well, to be quite honest, people. So that is a quality win by all accounts. All right, let's go. What else you got, Josh? Onto the ice. Jackets, busy. Columbus. What happened? Yep. They also messed up something, I think, for us. I think we did give them some Vancouver stuff last night, and we were horrible. I think this was part of it. The Jackets, I didn't have the appropriate faith. Shame on me. 4-1 over the Canucks. Whoa.
Right now, they're playing real good under new head coach Rick Bowness. They're now, I believe, 2-0 right now. Kent Johnson, Zach Werenski, Karoli Marchenko, and Charlie Cole each had goals for the Blue Jackets, while minding the net is Eric Merkelins with 30 saves. The only lone Canucks goal of the game was by Brock Bozer, and that's all she wrote. Canucks lose to the Blue Jackets down in C-Bus 4-1.
Yeah, the Canucks went out like some bozos. All right, let's get my man in here, man. Let's continue forth. Appreciate the patience, as always, and all guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line. Check our friends out in Perrysburg, Ohio. Right, revisit Fun Romance. It is the weekend. 866-499-BELLA. That's 2352. You can do it also. Everybody that's checking in on the website. If you're in the ATL zone, moving through, or certainly circling around the perimeter. 866-499-BELLA 2352. New money in the building. Edge Rusher, everybody. 419 in the building, though. What's up, man? Impress. It's the weekend. What we got going here. Can't wait to talk to you about what you're thinking. I'm getting ready to explain to the people, Monty, how they, again, what can I say? Intentionally alter and disrupt the people's thought patterns with the information that has become a conversation that probably shouldn't be a conversation, but it's just enough of a conversation to make your internal mind have an overzealous conversation. You see, I did that right there. There it is again. I'm sorry. It's the talent. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Man, my picks are all over the place now, man. All this information coming out. It's like,
Yeah, it's supposed to, but that's that. See, this is the point. Now we talk about this stuff on the show, and it's a lot of times it's difficult to give the people some form of what is it, man? You're talking about. You're talking about okay, get out in front of the rig, and you're telling us to accept the fact that there is something funny happening with all of this, blah blah blah. Well, we have it. When we got this business this morning or whenever it came out, I don't know if it was overnight, whatever it was, the mysterious conversation and story regarding Sam Darnold. Matter of fact, Monty, before we even comment, let me do this because I'll forget to play the damn clip. Let me do it because I actually have what I saw this morning. And the moment I saw this on Get Up, this is the thing. We saw this on the network, everybody, this morning. So I want to point out to you because this is a part of my job now is to expose these people doing this manipulation to the public. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And it is all I can do on this platform because I have the opportunity to thwart this nonsense. Josh Burnham, let us see if we would, sir, please run the material from this morning as they tinker with the people's minds and even laugh at you on the desk, knowing full well this is some flugelflargen.
I think Seattle is balanced. I think they can do a lot of things offensively and defensively. Look, Mike McDonald has got that team playing lights out.
For sure. And in case you're wondering, wait a minute, what do you mean, if you weren't following the news yesterday, what do you mean Sam Darnold's injury status? What do we know about all of a sudden Sam Darnold has an injury status?
Well, all the talk all week was about the Niners injuries and how they're playing on a short week and they're unhappy with the league. Well, we get news yesterday, Thursday, that Sam Darnold missed a lot of practice with an oblique injury and wasn't throwing the ball, and they actually had Drew Lock taking some first-team snaps and first-team reps, which is concerning considering the game is Saturday. So it's a short week, obviously. And this is the first time this has shown up in the injury report, but it happened in practice. So we'll see. We'll keep in touch today.
That tells me Clint Kubiak as an offensive play caller, Kenneth Walker III, Zach Charbonnet, those two running backs are going to have to be that damn much better because of that injury, that oblique injury to Sam Darnold.
How the hell you get hurt on your day off? Like, come on, man. What I'm saying is, he ain't playing no damn game. How the hell you get hurt in practice? You the quarterback. Practice
torque,
easy.
man. Torque. He managed to injure a muscle I don't even have. We'll see how that turns out. In the meantime, we've also got the coaching carousel.
And this is what, did you see Bar Scott's face? Even so, now these guys, you got to consider these 5 actors sitting up here too. Nobody wants to transcribe their brains to that ideology. And these people get paid quite handsomely, I might add, to do all this. And so, but it's a conversation like that because the idea is that everything these guys are talking about is still to be interpreted as completely factual throughout the conversation. That's just an understood part of the entire equation. Whether that's true in your mind individually or not, this is essentially the basis for this. So that's what we're supposed to understand. And again, when they have conversations like that, that is just to, when you see questionable for somebody who's doing this thing and living in the betting space and looking at it, Monty, as like a complete a business venture, and therefore all of the material that's essentially on paper a lot of times matters more to them than any other nonsense you could be talking about, right? So when they see questionable, it's as simple as seeing questionable in there, because that still means they know the door is open for us they could come on the broadcast and get ready to kick off and say, well, right before it was that, you know what? No Sam Darnold today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, that's probably not getting ready to happen. I don't think that's happening. Darnold's playing. I don't think there's a damn thing wrong with Darnold, to be honest with you. You see what I'm saying? But this is a part of being a company guy, NFL, yada, yada, the rest of the talk, everything we kind of do around here, having fun in this space and looking at this, because most people, even if you thought it, everybody around you won't let you think it. Like, because their first thing you're going to say, nobody would go this far to do this. Nobody would go this far to do what?
Make millions. Right.
You know what I'm saying? They won't go far to do what? Y'all been going far you've been going further than your soul ever would allow to get the EBT card for the weekend. On that 50 you spent. Man, miss me with this silliness about who won't do what at what levels of espionage. We got to stop that. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
You know, ladies, gentlemen, come on. Because we can't have fun. We can't even do this. But I'm saying but they dropped that, Bonnie, the people, Josh, listening. This is all I'm trying to explain to the people. That is for the bettors because it still says he may or may not play for some odd, obscure reason, whatever the hell it might be. You hear that type of information at this level and this stage of the game, knowing that we're getting ready to set up now to get to the final 4 teams. Man, listen. But with that said, and you guys know damn well I'm Niner Nation with it going off, feeling like that's where my pick is really at. But I really have to look at betting the Seahawks, man. If I really want to do that, I got to look at betting the Seahawks. Just because that really though, and just a flip because we're gonna hit this break, man. The other one we will talk about it here in a little bit, but the Houston thing. If I'm telling you, man, if I hear some crap about Nico Collins,
he's out.
He is out. This is her.
Out.
Josh, get on, check it. Not to disrespect and press, and not saying he's out, but just make sure, Josh, please confirm. But yeah, Nico Collins out means we're betting Houston, and you know what that means. If I'm saying that to you guys, this is not about a personal and trying to be cute. Okay. Because that's not the play. If Nico Collins ain't playing, it's easy for me.
Okay, it says CBS News 1 hour ago, top Texans receiver Nico Collins ruled out for divisional round game versus Patriots.
Bet Texans.
With concussion.
Bet Texans. We'll be back. It's black and white. Bet the Mofo Texans.
When the game ends, the real talk begins. Black and white sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No unusual slowdowns, no incidents at this time on your Friday commute. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA. Member FDIC.
Time to revolt against your old ride.
Matthew.
And Rhonda here from Williams Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. We are on a mission to overthrow old clunkers everywhere.
So you can take control, find freedom, and drive happy again.
Stand up against that car you hate.
Because just $1 down unlocks your upgrade.
So you can drive a new Jeep today during our Start Something New sales event.
If your old car's a tyrant,
it's time to revolt and reclaim control for just $1.
We fight hard to solve problems that keep you stuck in a car you hate.
High payments, credit problems, shopping anxiety, trade issues.
Even down payments.
That's why this month you can drive for just $1 down.
That's the power to revolt against your old ride.
So join the movement.
Trade up and drive for just $1 down.
But hurry. This uprising ends when January ends.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rhonda.
And we're your dealers for the people.
Visit us in Dundee or Monroe.
See all of our freedom-fueled rides at WBDundeeDeals.com.
Credit $1 down, require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Sample stock number MMPE 644784. $1 down, $243 per month for 84 months at 5.74% APR. Offer absolutely ends January 31st, 2026.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Black and white sports.
I told y'all, motherfucker, I was one of God's chosen soldiers. I told so many motherfuckers that I don't expect you to believe me. I think you think I'm crazy, and I like that. What was in the comments somebody showed me? Because, you know, people love to show me the bad comments. They said, these two girls said, well, where his wife at? My wife is in her house praying I come through, even though we divorced.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Yeah, man, listen here. I'm telling you now, if this thing was today, I know it. Look, it'll be some changes a little bit here and there, but we kind of get to the nitty gritty with this thing. Talking about this NFL Divisional, the weekend frame, Saturday and Sunday. Welcome back to Black and White Sports, by the way, on this Friday. Thank you guys for doing it. Glass City, it's always appreciated. We're here 4 to 6, so you know the first hour has been in motion and it will be wrapping up shortly, but we have another hour to go. But before we do that, what I'm trying to say to you is if this thing were now, JB is in here, my man Monty Features is here. So we were talking, Monty, as we left out, and I'm saying, I'm hollering at everybody, bet Texans, because the news that Nico Collins is out, that's going to affect people's mindset. Some of you might have already had an issue with believing in Houston's offense for whatever reason. I don't know why you've all turned on CJ like this. I know he hasn't been, lights out like the rookie CJ or whatever it was that impressed you coming through, but he's still a solid quarterback. He definitely can hurt you. He can be lethal. He still has the heart is in place to pull off what the people don't expect. So I have no qualms with the execution when it comes to seeing it on the field and without Nico Collins making that play, and especially going to check and press. So while I'm in the break, I'm looking back to, as I was saying, if it were today, I got to tell you all, this looks really funny. I don't know what we're going to do with this Darnold thing. I'm just telling you all the reason that they implemented that and the intercession of that information for everybody to dabble with was to mess with bettors. Because, again, a lot of people were ready to probably go Seahawks here. I think they still are, for all of the reasons that you were going to do it anyway, the defense, the 13th people, or whatever the hell, the stadium, so on and so forth. The Niners injuries, whatever reason, man, which is wild that you all really don't want to like the Niners. And that's very strange, which is why I don't think I'm going to really back off that impress. I don't know if I'm going to move off my stance there, especially with this. Imagine this, my friend, if I told you, and could you imagine? Because I'm going to encourage you, Monty, to maybe look at this. I know you saying it's already changing for you and you seeing stuff, looking at it different. But now, can you imagine if we woke up or at the end of the night when Scott Van Pelt came on, we saw a day where every underdog, because this might be a 4-dog day. And most gamblers, they're not betting that. You couldn't tell them that. You couldn't convince them of that if you tried verbally. Because they'd be like, nah, they'd tell you, man, kiss my, because they're too smart and they would know that somewhere in there's a booby trap. Or maybe flip it the other way. Maybe you say, it's all favorites win their games, because that's not crazy. If I tell you Rams, Patriots, Seattle, Denver, they're all favorites, a lot of people expect them to win. But see, it's a little funky twist in here. Because like I said, if they're 4 underdogs, but they're all road. I mean, 3 of them are on the road. In Houston is on the road, the Niners are on the road, and Buffalo is on the road. And all 3 of those teams can win their games. But see, the tricky Mickey is the Bears. Once again, back to this punk-ass Bears. I'm telling you that Bears isn't, Josh, once again, because they might have just joined us, the Bears is very funky. It stinks. Smells. A lot. A lot.
Just like peanut butter.
But yeah, you said word to Tom Holmes. Hey, Monty, do you remember, man? You remember Tom Holmes? Have you ever heard him say that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. That's good. Now I got a witness to it. That's how I keep Tom in it. That's how I keep his spirit alive like that right there. Because he said that was one of the times I laughed so hard in school. I don't know why that just tickled me so much. Like that just had me rolling, dude, in the back when he said that. He was talking about somebody.
Right.
He was talking about this chick. He's like, smelling just like peanut butter. Dude, I about fell out my chair. Anyway, but listen, that Bears thing is twisted, man, because the people – see, Monty, the problem is to lay 3.5 and to have any kind of line movement and to have a money line that doesn't agree. That's the first, it's not minus 200 and being down that low. It's a winning money line. It says, yes, the Rams should win the ball game. And more than likely, the Rams would win a very close ball game. Right? Probably at the end, something like that. That's what the money line says. But see, 3.5 says that it's 2 scores. Why is it 2 scores, Sam? Because the 3 is that's the favorite to say they're the better team.
Right.
Because in theory, if you're the better team, most teams typically get 3 points because they're the home team. So a lot of times that's what it should be. So see, the Bears aren't getting that. They're telling you that we already feel the Rams are the better team. But when they put this 0.5 on it, the hook, as you might hear it referred to, see, that suggests there's another score, or we're going north of that. And do you believe that basically the Rams is going to strangle these boys? And that's like, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of equalizers that can take place here. You can't just look at this and say, Rams are sweet. Bears, we still not sure if they're sweet. We still might be hating on the Bears, even though they've shown you repeatedly, especially when it comes to late games.
Right. They are who they say they are at this point.
And so all
who we thought they were.
All this leads me to where we try to. So here's the purpose where I feel like I can actually be purposeful with the show, like in this type of moment. Because most people are going to get caught up there. And I'm trying to encourage you, don't let them trick you. Don't let these people run this smoke and mirrors on us like that. And it's, again, man, the Rams will come out. You just saw the Bears. They're not supposed to be there. You saw the Bears, the Packer thing. Man, I didn't have any reservations about how that second half was getting ready to go as soon as I seen that man miss that field goal in the first half. I said, because they're not trying to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? They could have scored in a way that they could have got the Bears right up out of there. And we wouldn't have had to worry about no more TV the rest of the night as far as that. And they did not. So beware of that. You might bet the Rams first half, maybe. You see what I'm saying? Or, again, the Bears might have to come out, get up early because of the emotion, and everybody will believe that because they're at home. The people are crazy. They're in a frenzy. It's a playoff game in Chicago. When have we seen since the win? Since that year, you did? So you got the people are on tilt. Rams coming in there, and I just told them, Monty, I don't know if we have brought you in yet. I'm still waiting to see the Stafford, the Detroit Matt can pop out here. You see what I'm saying? The one that was in the white jersey when they used to go out here.
And he will show up in the cold too. Oh yeah.
You see, yeah. So don't fall. So even if the Bears got up a big lead and the Rams would creep back, you'll buy that because the Rams are cold. They offensively, and Sean McVay, they'll go in and talk about it. I'm just laying it out, people, for you in a way. I'm trying to make the commercial too, because when I have to run this back on you on Monday, you're gonna be like, damn, what's wrong with him? We just played the lead in. I'm trying to tell you, just imagine, Monty, what if something happens one day and all them people that was dissing the Lord's baby boy like that, and they was tripping out. They found out later we shouldn't have treated Sav like that all around the community. Wouldn't that be strange if something could happen in life? You know how life can be. It certainly can twist and turn, So I don't know. I'm just saying. We'll come back with it though. All right. We're talking about it, people. Let's put this in play, man. We got to get this week. We got to profit. I'm just saying. Can you wrap your mind around either one? We do this in hour number 2, right? I was just saying, think about all the road teams here, okay? We got a real funny situation going on. You got one favorite that's on the road, and that's the Rams, and we don't know if we're sure about that. We just discussed it. We will discuss it further. The Darnold stuff, and we got a local tie, man, to the NCAA situation, so we got to get on that. I hate doing it, man, but, we got to talk about it. It's here at the house. All right, hour number 2, 5:05, right after the NFL update. Impresses here. Sandman will be through here also in the second hour, so we look forward to that, all right? Plug in. It's black and white. It's a Friday. It's a fun thing. Oh, Mama Mary's Pizza, too, $8.99, one-topping pizzas. Got to move them. Frank would certainly appreciate it, and we would, too. We'll be back, 5:05. %of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life created by financial performance coach Derek Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
Danny Schaefer. This is Danny Schaefer inviting you to join me along with producer Chris Hollywood. Don't miss Denny Radio Sports and More weekdays from 2 to 4 right before Black and White Sports. Denny Radio Sports and More is just that. We talk sports, we talk pop culture, politics, the drama that is my life, and plenty of guests too. Call in. It won't cost you nothing. 877-909-1007.
He's an idiot. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Giants are making John Harbaugh their next head coach. He spent the last 18 seasons as the Ravens head coach and now goes to a team that has had 5 full-time head coaches during that span. Harbaugh also had interest from the Falcons and Titans, but ultimately landing in New York. Meanwhile, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni is in the market for a new offensive coordinator. He said his goal will be looking for a play caller who will help Philly continue to evolve as an offense. Elsewhere, 49ers linebacker Fred Warner will be out for Saturday's game against the Seahawks. Head coach Kyle Shanahan confirming Warner will not be activated off injured reserve as he works his way back from a broken ankle. And Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes saying Thursday that rehab on his torn ACL from last December is going great so far. He wants to be ready for week 1 of next season and said the doctor told him it is a possibility. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Lowe's knows how to turn big plans into real results. Whether it's new appliances or a home refresh, get started with 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more with a MyLowe's Rewards credit card, January 15th through the 30th. So you can invest in your upgrade now and pay over time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payment required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket.
This all new Joseph's Beverage Center, Toledo's premier beverage center. Get the perfect wine for any occasion. Joseph's has 10,000 labels from around the world. Can't find what you're looking for? Let our experts find the perfect fit. Is beer your drink of choice? Enjoy the area's largest selection of domestic, import, and microbrews. You'll always find something new. With our new humidor, you'll find the right cigar to truly celebrate that special moment with your friends. It doesn't matter where you take the party starts at the all-new Joseph's Beverage Center.
Back to winter.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. The tracks are made, the songs are ready. Let's take it from the top. This is your story. Honor your past and embrace the future. That's what people want.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
Cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, it's Mookie at Northwood Jewelers. It's about more than just helping you find your perfect diamond. They're also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all. From cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone. Because at Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
Black and White Sports.
I would say, if you believe in God, take as much pressure off of yourself as you can and apply that pressure to Him. If you believe in God, then you know that in His books, He's got certain contractual obligations as well. It's certain things He has to do in certain situations. And it's okay if you put Him in those situations. It's okay for you to say, I believe there's a God, and I believe that if there is, He loves me and He would help me in this situation. It is impossible for you to do that and then watch something happen and not know where that comes from. And so any artist, I would just say, make sure that your relationship with God is one of the relationships that you're also working on, whether it's spouse, kids, everything else. Make sure to pay attention to your relationship with God, because it really is the difference maker in how things turn out. Everybody doesn't serve God. Some people serve the devil, and they put Him in positions, and it's terrible to say, but if that person has a better relationship with Satan than you do with God, that's your fault too. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's the only advice that I would give to an artist, because until you do that, you're just a rudderless ship out here.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Hour number 2. It's called Black and White Sports. Lucas County is 100.7. The Ticket, ESPN here in the Glass City. We come to you live from the Cubanist Media Campus over here on the south section of the town. My name is Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham is here alongside, as always, my good man Monty Features in the building as well. We'll get back with him here momentarily, continue the conversation. Also, too, Andy Sanzada will join us a little bit later on here in the second hour. But in this second hour, we're going to do some things that, like I mentioned, have to, be done because, again, if you were with us yesterday, but I imagine most of the people in the sports community have heard at this point, about another, again, I don't know what we're supposed to call them anymore at this point, because we're starting to get a certain level of frequency that has to alarm you when we start talking about the inclusion of sinister behavior where the sports gambling world is concerned. And like I said, it's a little bit more frequent now with the stories, with the investigations that are turning up long-standing and extended periods of malfeasance and, inordinate behavior, to say the least, right? But, yesterday I still was of the mindset that says, I don't understand how we keep wanting to hold these people, in account. And I don't necessarily endorse, lawlessness for all of us, but how can we really want to have these people adhere to some kind of standard of the appropriate conduct or honorable conduct? That seems a little strange to really expect that as we move forward, even though we keep finding out that things are, again, inappropriate on a lot of levels. But as it were, with this one, it looks like, it may just involve us on a local level, because we said there were quite a few people, student athletes, involved and point of emphasis. And of course, who knows how far it extends with the peripheral parts that always are, again, instrumental in the execution of whatever's been going on that's disingenuous, and of the thievery as it's going to be laid out. The narrative certainly gives you that intention. Because, again, I told you yesterday, we've been talking about this. We just got done. We're getting ready to do the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. Certainly a lot of money getting ready to move all over the place. This national championship on Monday night. And then we got this college basketball. So if you will. Oh, and let me get, excuse me, real quick, if I would be remiss. I'm sorry. Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes are in play right now as we begin hour number 2. So thank you again, Frank. And I was telling you guys, don't let me forget, or please don't you all forget right now. And I would imagine this is going on through the weekend. He didn't, I would imagine I don't think he cares when you come in, but right now he says you must get in at the very minimum this weekend. Let me say that. But I meant to say today might be the most opportune time, because I know it's fresh. It came fresh off the press. The one topping pizza is $8.99 at Mama Mary's. So be sure to do it online if you must. MamaMarysPizza.com, 419-867-9991. If you would be so inclined to call it in. But it is Friday night, so that's not far-fetched. And obviously a few more offers as well if you pop in there and let them know that you listen to us or watch us, on the stream, what have you. We certainly would appreciate that. But yeah, plug in Mama Mary's Pizza. We are in the middle of the minutes until the bottom of the hour. So like I said, we got Impress in here. Josh is here, but let me get back to it. So like I said, we have a local contention with this whole, I'm guessing, hold on, but let me let, we're going to share from our friends here. This is from WTVG, Josh.
Yep, that's
and
right.
And the people over there. Thank you to the kind folks there. But we're going to run this package so that we can make sure we get the report accurate here. But we know we got our man at Eastern Michigan, I believe. Josh is at the crux of this, and like I said, the extension and the involvement. So you can run that.
A betting scandal is sweeping across college basketball. It started in the Chinese Pro League, then moved to D1 hoops in this country.
Yeah, one of the people allegedly involved in the corruption is from here in Toledo. Prosecutors say this all started in 2022 when a group of protesters, pro sports bettors, I should say, approached players in the Chinese Basketball League and asked them to underperform. Bettors would then wager hundreds of thousands of dollars. And after success overseas, organizers asked the same of college players here in the States.
According to the indictment, Deshaun Nelson, a Rogers High School graduate, was named as a player involved in the scheme. The indictment claims Nelson, number 21 in this video, if you take a look, helped fix multiple NCAA men's basketball games while playing for DePaul University. Nelson then transferred to Eastern Michigan and allegedly continued the scheme there. So far, 20 people are charged in the betting scheme. BCSN's Yao Bansu will have more details, including another Toledo connection later in sport.
Wow. So then now we're coming off that. So that who knows, at this point, we might know who that is. You know what I mean? Another local tie to the situation. So, I mean, this is not, man, we have some history with this. As many of you know, or certainly all the sports heads we have in this environment and in this market, and certainly here locally, this isn't the first time we've, heard of a situation similar to this with regard to the collegiate level. And again, I just it's tough for me, Monty. Like I said, like even yesterday, I wasn't necessarily trying to use comedy to be funny about it, but it's really wild that I guess the shock and awe for me that I keep hearing, that I keep getting from folks where they just can't believe, or that same line once again, these people, these guys, it's not worth it. Boy, it's hard to lay down a claim like that, even in theory, even hypothetically. You don't know that that's somebody's thinking, especially like I said, because you all don't believe how easy it is to execute these things. It is very, very seamless. This is not, a bunch of very, very egregious and obvious displays of dereliction. You see what I'm saying? I think people believe that because I think that's what they look for. No, it is nothing like that, no matter how many times you get told by people. But here we have it, because that's where I would just jump to. I mean, it's no shock at all whatsoever. Plus, I don't know this kid either, but I just hate that it's one of ours. But it is, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's easy to disguise, too. Because it could come off like you just having a bad game, or it could come off like you just a scrub. You know what I mean? And so it's really easy to mask that you are doing it, and that's probably how they sell it to you. Is like, man, they don't know if you having a bad game, or you know what I mean? Man, 30,000, bro, 30,000. You know what I mean? You be like, and all I gotta do.
Well, especially if you do see one thing that isn't being added to this discussion when people try to figure out what exactly is it that's making people tick. Sometimes guys at a young age have a habit in this environment too. As much as we encourage you, again, if you do have any issues, trouble, or do need help, 1-800-GAMBLER is there for you at any time, 24, right? So you got to add that, because sometimes you can get in trouble with that. And now you owe. So you have to do. See, this is the space where it can get into these parts where people think that stuff is in the movies and it can be violence and this and that. No, it really can be. That's for anybody that you might owe some money to.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, $100 is one thing. You still don't want to see that dude all at the party. Hey, Monty better not catch you all at the party. He's DJing and you owe him some money. He all at the bar, Monty. This ain't even an open bar. This fool, he's steady going back and forth. He got the top shelf crown. Keep spinning, right? And you see that? No, we need to have a conversation, sir. So, go ahead, bro.
And then once you do it once, they got you forever. You know what I'm saying?
Because
you can't, it's not like, I'm gonna do it once and then I'm gonna stop. No, because they're gonna be like, remember you did that once? Now if you don't do it again,
well, even if you think that you're gonna bail back out and you feel like you want to turn teller, you want to be Tommy Teller, that's cool too. We're fine with dealing with this type of thing, and we're probably, for those who really deal in these type of dealings, they're prepared with whatever intercession might take place with regard to law enforcement. Sometimes nobody wants it. Nobody is interested in being in an expository frame with respect to any of that. But you, young man, on the other hand, are really done, and you're still going to deal with some things you really don't want the type of smoke that you're actually opening up the can to if you want to dance that dance. So there's so many layers to, again, it's once we try to explain when we sell our souls and things, it was like he said, it was the first time because you sat with it. You knew you lost your innocence with regard to the player that you were in regard to what you got in this for. Like if that was ever in your spirit and your soul, once you did that and decided to taint the game with intent, see, that's beside Monty, your best effort. Your best effort in playing as hard as you can, doing the best you can, which is what we all feel like. That's part of the respect that goes with guys, whether you was on the bench or whatever, or you was the Jim Jackson of the situation. Everybody understands that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing that does it creates that camaraderie of all of the athletes, if you will, whichever branch you specialize in, or the couple that you do. But that's what kind of puts that in play. We feel like that nobody would ever really break that, right, and disrespect that. And so now you can't say that. There's a different fiber of individual involved these days now, and they grew up looking at. Man, listen, people who didn't believe in that, who didn't represent that anymore.
And a locker room, man, believe it, I shouldn't say believe it or not, because those of us have been in a locker room, no, that's a family. That's a bond. Those are people that you suit up and go to war with on a daily basis. And to betray that bond, oh, man. This is deep, man, what we're dealing with here, because you got, again, because what you got going on? Because if you're not in on the hoax, and what's to say we don't start getting more of the exposure? Because what people used to say to me is stuff like, well, why wouldn't somebody go ahead and tell and doing this and that? Well, there used to be a lot of consequences. I don't even know that that's the same anymore. And like I said, I think it starts to hurt a lot more of the people who actually wanted to police things. It almost is, it's like in this backfire sort of thing, because they still want you, like they want us all to stay tried and true with the understanding that what we're looking at is honest. And right. And everybody is seeing now you cannot really hold on to that ideology with the same grasp that you had before. If you are, then you're literally and in every way totally disregarding any sort of logical palette you might possess personally, because it's not even about people's opinions and things at this point. We sitting here and we looking at stuff that keeps happening because everybody's like, hey, how far can we take it or whatever? That's the thing. I just wouldn't want to be involved with nothing that involved other people anyway. If you are going to do something wrong, and by all, Lord, please trust me, we do not encourage you to try to do things that could be disingenuous, and certainly ones that could land you in the face of the authorities. Do it by yourself. My saying used to be, I do my dirt by my lonely.
Man, you got to. I don't even get these guys with these team efforts. What is this team effort crime? Those days are certainly gone. We'll be back, man. It's Black and White. All right, crossing the bottom of the hour. Mama Mary's, make sure you make that call, man. $8.99 pieces, one topping. You can do that today. This would probably be a good idea.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Dundee.
It's time to revolt against your old ride.
Matthew.
And Rhonda here from Williams Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. We are on a mission to overthrow old clunkers everywhere.
So you could... to help end hunger in Northwest Ohio. You can help. When choosing your wine this holiday season, please look for the Joel Gott displays at Sauter's Markets in Sylvania and Waterville and Bassett's Markets in Port Clinton and Bellevue. A portion of the proceeds will directly benefit the Toledo Northwest Ohio Food Bank in their mission to end hunger in Northwest Ohio. Let's help support our Toledo Northwest Ohio Food Bank this holiday season.
Here at Cumulus Media, home of 100.7 The Ticket, your local sports station, we're more than just great radio. We also offer powerful digital solutions to help your business grow. At Cumulus, our clients always come first. We're not here to take you away from who you're currently working with. We just want to show you what we can do. No pressure, just possibilities. Visit CumulusToledo.com. Again, that is CumulusToledo.com, and let's grow together.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
I was at an event and they were wearing Nike Dunks with their suits. What do you think of that?
It's ridiculous. The worst thing that has ever happened to menswear is sneakers with suits. It is such an oxymoron. And we see it on TV all the time. We see these, it's ridiculous. It doesn't, with all the beautiful shoes that are available, I don't like it at all. I have to tell you, I've never promoted it, and I think it's a horrible look. It looks like you left the gym and you forgot your shoes. It's a horrible look. I agree.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Oh. Yeah, do it. It's a forecast, your funding Friday. Do it. What we gonna do? We think it's the dogs on the road. That's a hustle. Nah, F that. That's a hustle. That's a hustle. It's a hustle. Josh, nope, that's the hustle. Nope, we can't fall for that. That is the bull crap. We're not going for that. It's not going to happen. No. We got to keep the money. We cannot lose all the bread. We got to keep the money. We just cannot lose the bread. We got to keep the money. Don't want to lose the bread. We want to keep the money. Hey, that's what the hell I said. Do the hustle. Uh-oh. Is Sandman on the phone? I feel like it's a Sandman. Oh, I thought, okay. We will do that. Also, too, did we shout out, what did Barry B say?
Oh.
I remember you said it was a text that came from Barry B. Let's share that.
That is correct. He wants to let you know, in his words, let Sav know that the seafood Alfredo pizza is unbelievable.
Absolutely. See, there it is, Josh. That's the applause. Time to clap it up. Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minute going on. We're getting live testimonials happening. Barry B, last $20 gift card winner for the accurate. He was the Texans master. I wonder, is he going to bet it back? Barry B, what do you think about the New England prospect? Do you feel like the Texans will repeat this display? Josh Burnham agrees with that idea. I'm starting to think it for sure because Nico Collins isn't playing. That's all I needed to know. Damn all these, Drake May bromance items. No, it's not about that. The Patriots will be fine. But that would kind of crack people's back this week, and it would do that a little bit, Josh. I wouldn't listen. That's not weird. Because again, just for the simple fact that they sell you defense in the foreground, so that always can be used as the instrument to disrupt, as we know. So that one is not far-fetched. This Buffalo thing is a little bit more tricky to me, but boy, when I tell you that the indicator with respect to how the money's moving and what that means in the underdog space, damn, Buffalo is on fire. But here's the thing, and let me get Sandman here. We're going to go ahead and continue the conversation, all right? We are moving it forward. Fast Buck 20. We're in the second hour, and all guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. So we get the Sandman in here, our 216 boots on the ground, Andy Sanzada, everybody. We always appreciate his presence, and certainly even more so on this Friday because we're trying to get to the bottom of some things here, Andy. And as I was saying, listen, and I don't know how much of that you heard, but look, now we got a few situations going on here, Andy. Now, I don't know if I can sell you on the idea of trying to look at the entire divisional round as a collage and just a much larger picture versus any one game in particular, even though obviously it's all very instrumental. But I'm asking you to step back and imagine watching the 11 o'clock Sports Center, what have you, watching Van Pelt, and what you got was it was a 4-dog day, meaning every underdog won. Now, it would be completely crazy. It's a little bit of a stretch right now saying it, and I'm saying that from just like the gambler's perspective, right? People that do that, they don't like things like that. And when you say stuff like that, and but they would have to admit the crap can happen is the thing, because
right.
You see what I'm saying? Because people will just be betting in an off-balance way. They won't believe that if they knew going into the day every underdog was going to win. Okay, so basically back again, what would that mean? Well, 3 of them are on the road. That's what I wanted to get to, where across the board, like if it was all 4, that would be beyond ludicrous. This is just a little bit crazy, what I'm saying right here, and the possibility of it. But see, that other wild card prospect is this damn funky ass Bears game, man. And I was explaining to Josh how it's not lining up, Andy, the information with the Bears thing, even though I want to stay on Buffalo if you would, though, but I have to use the Bears thing because the Rams are the only favorite where I'm feeling like, again, on the road, most people are going to go with that. They're confident in that, even though it's in Chicago, even though we're going to be having all this stuff with the temperatures and so on and so forth, they still feel like the Rams are going to go in there, dominate these guys. And I think that is a very, very, very dangerous thought process on that. But we'll come back to it, obviously. But with respect to the Buffalo thing, going into Denver, doing what people are saying has to be a perfect performance from our man, 17. So I guess in a way, Andy, you would kind of be betting against the idea that he's going to be perfect. Like, because that, if you're going to sell somebody to bet that, you might say, do you feel confident with Josh Allen being perfect? Because he certainly will have to be in order for them to go into Denver and to pull off what actually is a lofty feat for these guys.
Well, I think that, I don't know that he has to be perfect.
And that's what they say. And that's not my words, too. I don't want to be on the hook.
Yeah, I disagree with that because Denver's defense is really good. And I think, they're going to force 1, maybe 2 turnovers, which could be a problem for Buffalo, obviously. But listen, Josh Allen just has to take care of the football, whether he's running it or obviously throwing it. He just needs to take care of it. And that to me is perfect enough. He doesn't have to have a perfect completion percentage and rush for 100 yards and all that. I'm just saying, just be efficient, right? Yeah. Run the ball enough to make play action effective. That's what Buffalo is going to need to do. Denver's hard to do that against. They play more man coverage than anybody else in the NFL. So that's going to be a little tricky. But I just feel like the irony to me, Seth, is going into the playoffs, going into last week's game against Jacksonville, Josh Allen had never won a road playoff game, okay? He was 7-0 in the playoffs, but they were all at home. But the funny thing is, he most likely is going to have to win every game on the road to get to the Super Bowl. And I think he's going to do it.
Andy, listen, I'm glad you said it. We're going to let Andy have it, though, because he's been rocking Buffalo people for some years now on this show, and they've been letting him down in this home space when it looked like there was really no question they should perform well. Man, people, when I tell you the one that's on fire, this damn Buffalo is screaming. It's going crazy. And it's a reason that people are going to miss this, man.
And then
one of these teams was going home. I'm saying because they're going to still be with this layoff thing. They're going to talk that narrative. All that is going to get in this. Buffalo is the one. And let me ask you this. Okay. How much do you think he needs to keep the ball? I mean, to tuck the ball and dip just to make sure that they sustain possession of the football? Because I think if he does that continuously and they're not able to deal with that part, because I know he'll make the plays with his arm, but the fact that he can literally control the football down the field. If he just said, nope, damn it, I'm not taking chances today. Anything 5 yards and under, I'm going.
Yeah, I think the magic number for me is 7. I think if he picks up 7 first downs, with his legs alone, they win the game, because those are bonus first downs that you're not expecting to get against the Denver Bronco defense. So I think 7 is a number I'd watch there. 7 first downs to me on the ground, and Buffalo wins. The reason Buffalo is so hot, as you were saying, Denver is favored, but they're only favored by 1.5. So you've got to pick Buffalo to win this game if you're going to take them. There's no safe space here. There's no spread. There's no nothing. You've got to take them to win if you're that confident in them. And I am. I think Denver, and I talked to a friend of mine who's a diehard Denver Broncos fan. He agrees with me. This is not their year. They're not ready yet. They don't have everything they need to go win a Super Bowl, let alone win the AFC. So, and I don't trust Bo Nix. I still don't trust Bo Nix. If you're giving me Josh Allen over Bo Nix, I'll take it all day long, 10 out of 10. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I have no qualms with that at all. And you took the words right out of my mouth in terms of, we just said it. We were just asking the question. We're going to come back to it. Talking to Andy Sanzada, everybody, our 216 Boots on the Ground. I do have to come back to Andy. Want to talk to you about some of these rumblings and grumblings we're hearing about the coaching department with regard to your guys. So we will do that when we come back. But like I said, man, I am feeling like I'm in alignment here with what you're putting down. And it's something about it. It's just real stinky. But if you had me put my money on anything involving Bo Nix, man, please. Man, please. Sit tight.
From the sidelines to the headlines, this is Black and White Sports with the one and only Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Calling all brides-to-be and wedding lovers. It's time for an unforgettable day of inspiration, style, and everything you need to plan your dream wedding. Join us for the elegant
cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Game ain't over until we check out. And as long as I'm playing the game, I need to add new skills, new skill sets, new tactics, new strategies to my game in order for me to play this game at the highest level. So this game of life, this game of being a man, this game of being a father, this game of being a businessman, a brother, a friend, the game, I want to be able to play it at the highest levels. So that means I got to become the very best version of me.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
All right. One final time before we get out of here today on this Friday. You guys have an incredible weekend, but be safe, man. Obviously, this weather might not necessarily cooperate with everybody out here moving around. So, keep that in mind, too. Maybe get with the Uber people, do something else, right? Mm-hmm. But sit your ass down, actually, and watch these games is what probably should be on. That's really what should be happening. Anyway, get out of the street, right? But with that, Josh Burner in here, Andy Sanzada rocking with us. A few items, man, to get to before we get gone. Try to make these picks. We got ski stuff. You know what? I feel like did we get impressed? We didn't really ask him either. Josh, shout out to Impress too, man. He had the role.
Yeah, we kind of sort of on the verge, but we didn't get the full mark.
We should text him. We might text him. Josh, make sure we get his stuff in. All right, man, we got the Sandman in here. All right, Andre of the Savages, Black and White Sports, as we get set to roll out of here today. 877-909-1007. If you feel like you want to hit us up and do that, because you might want to get in on some of this $20 gift card situation that can happen at Mama Mary's. The best way to do that and to certainly facilitate this type of activity would be to send us a winning play. Barry's done it. Hightower's done it. K. Jones has done it. Shout out to the fellas, too. Anyway, Finney, Hightower, Jones, everybody, Slick Rick, checking in today. We see you boys. Also, they had the comments, too. Andy, we were talking about this thing because, the NCAA situation, we now learned this is extended to us here locally. We had a young man that was, former high school basketball player here, and we're getting ready to hear another one. When we played the report, we played the package from 13, and when they went out of that, letting us know then, which I suspect this was probably last night, that we at this point might have, somebody else also a part of all of this, you know what I mean? And boy, this is tough, man. I saw it. Wait, let me go.
This is what happens when you allow gambling to occur on college sports.
Well, Andy, it was still happening, but see, this is where it's difficult. And I don't want to necessarily pick on you or attack you, but see, we have to be careful with the way that we sort of compartmentalize and the way we frame how we're going to view the entire sort of this rabbit hole that ultimately, we have this discussion on. Whichever way you end up getting to it, landing in front of it, and ultimately, dipping down or again, falling down into it, whatever. The thing is, this has been there. It's always been an easy avenue to execute, like we said, the type of disguise that is almost impossible to detect. Certainly, if you don't believe that it's happening, like it's the ultimate, you don't believe that the devil exists thing. This is it's the perfect metaphor for people to sort of use in life, and here we are. So, like for me, it's just becoming more difficult to try to have a conversation because, again, it had to become legal. And this brings me back to kind of what you were saying, and in your statement when you're saying, hey, man, this is what happens when we make it legal. No, Andy, they had to make it legal because eventually somebody was going to get nabbed because of the clear stupidity that keeps showing you how the conspiracists are getting jammed up. You see what I'm saying? This was going to keep happening at the high NBA level, NFL levels, every level. College, clearly, too easy before the NIL. See, now you could disguise and say, well, that should be a little less necessary because of the no, NIL has not been in play long enough to circumvent all the economic disparity that stuff like this might do for a kid in trouble. Then also, too, Andy, we put in the prospect of the young kid who does actually have the gambling problem. And he's in trouble and has to be compromised. And we could go on and on. But I was saying, just to that point, they had to make it legal, my friend, because everybody was going to get caught. Because see, it's still systematic. They don't really mind it happening, Andy. That is whoever, wherever this is, I just need to know where is the rabbit hole and where is the centripetal force with all the money moving. Because that's what you got to help me with that at this point, because it's it's too egregious and too far into the universe of over the top. You know what I'm saying? So trying to sit up and rationalize, this is what I'm saying. So this brings me back to what I was trying to say. I don't like doing it on this show, so I just took the avenue, F it. I don't care. I'm just going to talk against it for those who are doing it. Let's try to crack these boys for every cent we can. Yeah. That's what Black and White is on. That's what we're not gonna sit up here and worry about, are they cheating? No, we're gonna get you. You ain't gonna cheat us. So back to the Nico Collins, Andy. So when we throw that in and we intersect that and sprinkle in and precipitate that all through our conversation, that's what it is over here, brother. Because that's what we got to do and how to make that make sense when you take that logic on what it looks like they're giving us on the field. Nah, how do we spin that into effective plays for us? Back to Andy, when we left you, we were talking at Buffalo and all of that. The Josh Allen thing, this could be the best way to actually run that agenda that they have had for the Buffalo Bills, who also have paid a significant price, everybody, in the history and annals of time where this league is concerned. Yeah. They are the biggest band of buffoons that we have ever known in history, or so the narrative tells it. But anybody with any sense, Andy, knows that to disrespect that collection of Buffalo Bills who went and did 4 straight of these boys, see, you the type of guy that, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's no comic, there's no line for it. Because that disrespect, but see, that's that idea that to win is king and to lose is always less than acceptable. No, but with that said, that debt could be restored here, and this is the game that the NFL plays. You see what I'm saying? Because somebody has to take that L for them to execute what they wanted to do with the Dallas Cowboys, and they have established, and that narrative has sustained that franchise and that whole investment that Jerry has made for over 30 years now, ladies and gentlemen. We all know, we can attest. So the Buffalo Bills, they paid the opposite price. And at what point does it give you? So I say to you, Andy, back to, if you wanted to backdoor the Josh Allen angle and nobody could see it coming, you get rid of all the adversaries. You've walked Mahomes and Jackson and everybody else out of here that was possibly a threat in the nature of the game. All of that's gone because we've heard the narrative. We know that. And Andy just gave it to you. When Andy just said, everybody, the Bills will have to win every game on the road too. And got Andy, an underdog every time. Because even if they get in the Super Bowl, whoever they play is who?
If they played Houston, I think they would be favored. Even though it would still be on the road, I think they would be favored.
But see, if Houston's there, you know why I say no to this? Because the defense would have already probably proclaimed and demonstrated exactly why they were the ones with the more sort of powerful projection. Because they'll still be betting the defense. They'll say, no. When it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying? And that's really, and that's your AFC, by the way. Anyway, that's not your Super Bowl. That's not going to be your Super Bowl. Right. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So just but I'm saying anybody, my statement was anybody they play in the Super Bowl, that's a dog. They're a dog to whatever comes out of the NFC.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Whatever comes out of the NFC, they're a dog. And so You just made me think of something that I wasn't thinking, Andy. And on this show, I'm gonna let everybody know Andy Sanzada really has me looking, because this Buffalo Bills right here, people, on paper, what I'm looking at on the website that we use, that Jeff uses, that we often refer to, this is not adding up. This is not adding up. Buffalo, can I say this so I can make the commercial? Excuse me, Josh. Can we get back on camera, please? Let me make sure, because I want the people to see there'll be no running and hiding. Buffalo thrashes Denver. It's not even close, Andy. Now, what do you want to do with that? I'm taking your 1.5 line, because this is something else that my experience has shown me. Right. These 1.5 lines typically tend to be lopsided games, because that's a part of the allure to get people to bet that, because it's usually two very evenly matched teams. You can go for the 1 point difference. It's a pick 'em. As you just said, and you just said it. If you're gonna take the Bills, you might as well take the money line, and at least it's even odds. And usually an even odds bet is almost setting up to make a donation, meaning you're gonna lose. You might as well just give your money over. That's why they say you might as well go in and donate. A lot of times on an even odds bet, but that's where you get your money back, people. You get your dollar right back. Dollar for dollar with a plus 100. Buffalo, man, this isn't good, and we all know. It's deeper than this quarterback, Andy. That's not it. And I think we oversell Josh Allen, because Josh Allen will do exactly what you said. He won't make mistakes. He'll take care of the football, and he'll tuck and run when absolutely necessary, and that will sustain drives that will break the back of, again, a defense that you're saying is so stellar that we should be, afraid of them? And I don't think it's that, because I don't put Denver in the category that if it were Houston, right? I don't feel like that, but I'm saying he'll make plays. I'm saying all that to get to your man Cook. We didn't discuss Cook. We didn't discuss my young dog, the rookie man, the young cat, that he will make plays. And right now, I'm just names are getting because I'm not a real Buffalo Bills enthusiast.
Keon Coleman.
These boys, will be busy out here. And what's the tight end too? Buffalo, who's it?
Dalton Kincaid.
I rest my case. Please, they will beat they will whoop Denver's ass, and nobody will understand it. They will be sitting looking, what happened? Wait, that's supposed to be number 1 seed. No, it's not. That was a trick. Denver is a plant. Denver is there for bettors to bet on the favorite, because see what happens, Andy, you're looking at the number 1 position, and it's hard to sometimes psych yourself out, because you're saying the odds makers, the playoff people, the NFL, whatever hocus pocus is in going off, Denver's number 1. Denver's at home. Denver's been stellar. Denver's got a defense. They got all kind of skilled people everywhere. You got a quarterback that we know can show his, he can certainly shine, but then he can show his damn donkey ass and be a damn poop master. We got all that going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not betting on that. Meanwhile, Josh Allen been climbing the mountain, and you keep telling me it's the best chance ever, and you keep underdogging him, and we didn't already knocked it off a time or two, so they'll say, well, he can't do it again, or like I said, he got to play perfect and all this. No, he doesn't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, man. Take the Bills. So go ahead, Andy. Give me your 4 right quick. We're going to roll out of the door. Let's jump out of here, man, on this Friday. We got to rock.
Well, I picked the Niners to go to the Super Bowl, so I'm taking them over Seattle. And the Darnold thing is a little alarming, but I still trust Brock Purdy. I just think that he's playing better than any other quarterback in the playoffs right now, except maybe Josh Allen. So I like San Francisco to go into Seattle and get revenge for a couple of weeks ago when Seattle kept San Francisco from getting the number 1 seed in San Francisco. Let's not forget about that part of it too.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears at home. I just think that the weather is going to be the factor into the game. Matthew Stafford does not like cold weather. He doesn't like playing in cold weather. He's not been successful in cold weather. And I just think that the Bears defense is going to force turnovers. They led the league in turnovers. They forced a couple last week against Green Bay. I think they do it again. I think they get it done against the Rams. Where are we going next?
And let me see. Last 2, let's see. You got the Houston, New England, and the obviously the Denver Buffalo. We said so. Just the Houston, New England. So let me roll out on this too. Go ahead and say that and let me roll because I got a 3-minute presentation. I got to hit the play button. I almost forgot for everybody.
No. Obviously, I'm taking Buffalo based on everything we talked about a little earlier. And then I think this defense is as good, maybe better than what the Ravens had in 2000 for the Texans. So I think they go in and they shock a lot of people. And everybody's waiting for that AFC championship. They're not getting it. It's going to be in Houston. It'll be the Bills and the Texans.
All right, we got to go over time right here. I got to roll out. Best of week 2, everybody. I forgot. It was a new feature. I lost my mind. I'm not used to doing it, so we got to run it. All right, there it is. You can check my picks. I'll post them after this. Bye. Got to go. Did too much work in editing. Peace. Perhaps you all can join Facebook's, radios, 100.7. It's ESPN here in the Glass City. Let's all together sing Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Wait, John, stop. Where's your clap? Stop. Freeze. You're not clapping. Would you please get in unison?
Fantastic. There was a great win on Saturday night. So glad to be with you this Monday.
I know. He says a great win on Saturday night, Josh. What's he talking about? He says a great win on Saturday. I thought there were 2. I thought it was 2, Josh. What's he mean? He says a great win on Saturday.
I had a feeling that being a Bears fan, he's going to chime in.
One more time. Radio, everyone else. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Like, what is happening here? As I say this, as the Panthers get set to go into Perrysburg tonight.
Of trying to make sure that the discipline level is where it needs to be. Ken Winters, to his credit on the football side, always tried to do that. But the same thing here, you really have to be able to be locked in on these guys to make sure that they understand what's expected on the floor, but also off of it.
Honestly, I can't watch this team because of the way they're playing right now. I just
Josh Burnham with the Culture Club. That's what I said. I told him before the show. We need more Culture Club around here. That's what I'm
hey, and I, you talk about it being a Donovan Mitchell thing. I think it's a Lonzo Ball thing. To me, I mean, when they brought him in and they traded Okoro, they traded one of the key pieces of the defense. And I just don't understand the philosophy behind that. So then you have to shake up the roster. If you're going to keep the roster, you got to find a different coach because he's not it.
You damn ridiculous people. You had problems with Boy George, this, that, and the other. And Boy George was the way to the future. This is my men at work. You were tripping. See, you can tell these boys were in the UK or something that was happening on the Puritan front. It was nothing going off with the mentality from you. You can't come to my door now, but you definitely couldn't do anything at my family's doors. None of them, like anything, Josh, in the frame, none of that at the door unannounced too. Yeah, what did I say? Yeah, them boys was Australia. They was Aussie. My bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah, I mean,
I flipped it. I don't know, but listen. It's this choc cocoa. I got something else going off today. I usually don't put it on the display.
And they're part of the same empire.
Whoa.
I could use a Vegemite
sandwich
right now.
The Timberwolves had on some Purple Rain uniforms that I know was not authorized by the Nelson family. And I still don't know who exactly in the hell is in the damn Nelson family, if you want to be honest. If I do say so my damn self, which should tell us a lot about the Nelson family, that Prince was not big on putting the Nelson family on display. Does anybody ever notice any of that? When people get to getting dead, then they start to making more bread.
Where we're at now, it can't be, what is the end going to look like? It has to be, we have to take care of business today. And then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios.